We are with Miami hockey head coach Chris Bergeron as the Redhawks come back to Oxford to host the St. Cloud State Huskies this weekend. Coach, I'm going to go ahead and start with the first question. But obviously, it's been all about Minnesota Duluth these past two games. But before you guys played Duluth, you guys played St. Cloud. So what's your mindset going into this weekend series?
We need to play better. We need to basically get back to our competition level that we showed against Duluth at our home series. St. Cloud has taken it to us, it sounds like, over the past, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years. I mean, I'm not sure. It's been a bunch in a row, it sounds like. We've been on the losing end 4 times last year and then twice so far this year. St. Cloud and Duluth, they pose lots of problems, and coming off of the last 4 games against Duluth, we've shown that, unfortunately, right now our mistakes get magnified when we're not competing hard enough, where we don't give ourselves a chance. So we're going to look at the first period and a half, maybe 2 periods of the St. Cloud game on the Saturday night up there, where we had a goal disallowed and fought back and made it 2-2 with 9 minutes to go in the second period, like that kind of stuff, how we got there. But they're very dangerous. They've got lots of top-end players at all 3 positions. And, our mindset going into this weekend, first and foremost, will probably have to be a little bit of damage control mentally, because we've been beat up pretty good mentally as far as the results go. So we've got to, like we've done the last few weeks, find a way to put that aside. Today is a rest day, and then go back to work tomorrow. So that'll be the first challenge, is making sure that we've let the weekend and our record go and focus on getting better.
Coach, the 2 games this past weekend at Minnesota Duluth, again, kind of very opposite types of games. You bounced back on Saturday night after a not very good performance on Friday night, losing 8-1. But Saturday was an unusual kind of a game with the amount of shots on goal that Minnesota Duluth had. I'm curious about how that kind of came about, but more so, I guess, the bounce back efforts that you got from your freshman goaltender, Ludwig Pearson.
Yeah, I mean, this past weekend, Friday night, we couldn't get a save. 4-0 after the first period. The shots were 9-6. And then, obviously, that took over the mindset, and we stopped playing. Saturday night, we just went over the chances. The chances were 33-21. I think they counted 2 shots for every 1 shot on that in the first period, but I don't want to. There's no excuses there. I mean, but 28 shots is not what we saw on tape. We saw one team winning foot races. We saw one team making hockey plays, and the other team kind of standing around watching. That's what we saw. The second and third period, it was a little bit of pushback by us. And with all that being said, Ludwig put us in a position where we were 1-1 in the third, and we had, I think, 7 minutes of power play time in the third period and couldn't get it done. And then with that being said, I thought their winning goal is a puck that he should have. I mean, it's basically from the goal line, bottom of the circle, goal line area, up, around his ear. It was a great shot, but a puck we'd like to see him have. Now, that's just the reality of it. But we had plenty of opportunities. We had chances 5 against 6 when we pulled the goalie. Not 5, but we had 2 or 3 good ones. So what our guys showed is some resiliency again, but we keep putting ourselves in a position where we have to be resilient and have to fight back and try to scramble to tie it up or whatever, because we can't sustain good play or competing or whatever over the course of time. It was another frustrating weekend in terms of the results as we got on the way home on Saturday night. but then watching the tape here, there was some decent things. But like we've said before, our margin for error is so extremely small. We make a mistake, it goes in our net. The other teams make a mistake, and we struggle to score goals. I mean, we had 2 empty nets in that game. John Sladek had an empty net. Casey Gilling had an empty net in the third period. I mean, empty net, and they find a way to a stick, or we miss the net, and none of this is excuses. It's strictly from a execution standpoint. When you're a team that finds a way to lose games, then you find your way to the bad side of these plays. And Minnesota Duluth is not that. They're a team that finds their way to the good side of those plays.
There was one flurry of plays that happened that, as long as I've been in hockey, I've never seen. I'm guessing probably you have not ever seen as well. 3 penalties called against your team on the same flurry of actions that resulted in a penalty shot and then a 2-man advantage. And Ludwig gave you the chance stopping the penalty shot, and then the PK did a great job killing off a 2-man disadvantage. What did the referees tell you about that situation? And have you ever seen something like that?
Wads, I'm not going to talk about referees ever. That'll just get me in trouble. So I can tell you that I've never seen anything like that. That's it. That's what I'll say. I did like the way we killed the 5-on-3, though. I can tell you that.
Yeah, fair. And Ludwig stopped the penalty shot as well. So that was
yeah. Ludwig stopped the penalty shot. Yeah, no doubt.
Also, want to ask you as well, it was announced today that the NCHC is going to kind of switch the playoff formats around a little bit, and they're going to go to playing it kind of similar to what you started the season with a pod. They're going to call it the playoff pod. It's going to be in North Dakota, but the first round this year, instead of being best of 3, is going to be single elimination. Just want to get your thoughts on how that's going to work out and how you think it'll be for the league.
I have no idea how it'll be for the league. I'm one of those guys, that I stay in my lane, and they're telling us what we're doing, and we'll try to find a way to North Dakota or Grand Forks on it looks like March the 11th or 12th or 13th or something like that on the Thursday. By the look of the standings right now, I mean, I know lots can change, but we'll either be traveling in there Thursday or Friday. That's what our focus will be, is to bring the group there a day before the game, and hopefully prepare to put the best effort that we can whenever we're supposed to play. It does look like when I watch basketball, the Mid-American Conference, outside of that first play-in game, it looks like you go to Cleveland and you win 1 game and you move on, and then you win 1 game and you move on. So it'll be new and different for us. We're used to that 2 out of 3, at least in the quarterfinals. But if that's what we're doing, then that's what we're doing. So we'll see how it is for the league.